YouTube, what's up, baby? It's your boy DM Era, and here I am back again with another deck profile for you guys. This time I will be doing something different, something that we've never seen before. This may be ass backwards, this may be bizarre, this may be a brick, or it may be actually good. So we're about to find out in today's video with my 60 card Dark Magician Girl deck profile. Um, so the meaning behind this, I've seen a lot of Dark Magician Girl deck profiles. I've seen a lot of Dark Magician deck profiles, and I've watched the meta. Um, it's a couple of things that kind of bother me a little bit. Like, I don't really like mixing too much Dark Magician support in Dark Magician Girl because it doesn't work for Dark Magician Girl. It works for Dark Magician, i.e., Eternal Soul and Magical Circle. Um, so I've seen those profiles and I'm like, no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that because it seemed like a brick, and I don't want a brick. I want to keep my consistency as much going as much as possible because it is 60 cards after all. But yeah. So this is the list I came up with. I try to slim it down as much as possible, but I think that this list is actually pretty good, pretty decent for if you go first, give you some kind of negation, some kind of mini board, and some follow up plays. So I just piled together a whole bunch of cards that I have that I thought are pretty good and somewhat meta relevant, and I put them together in one big Dark Magician Girl deck. And I think that Dark Magician Girls is a better competitive version than Dark Magician because Dark Magician has too many back rows that it relies on. And like I said, a time evenly match, or a time lightning storm can just destroy the deck. So I didn't want to rely on that. So without further ado, guys, I owe this guys to you. Sorry I've been away for a while. And also, too, if you stay tuned, there is an updated Dark Magician deck coming soon. I'm just missing some other cards, and I'm still playtesting some stuff, but there is an updated Dark Magician deck coming soon. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this thing. And again, like I said, sorry about the wait, guys. I know it's been a while, but yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. So my girlfriend of Dark Magician Girls, the one true herself, Dark Magician Girl. So you need to see at least 3 Dark Magician Girls in this build because this is her deck. This is about her. It's not about him. It's about her. And you can't play the deck without her. So yeah, run 3 Dark Magician Girls. We also run just her teacher, the 2 Dark Magicians. Okay, just a little, Dark Magician there for some cards I got playing. Ulti baby, Ulti. All right, I'm sure everybody has this though, but yeah, the 2 Dark Magicians. We also run 3 Apprentice. I like her because I get to search Dark Magician and I get to buff up my spellcaster monsters, my dark spellcaster monsters, during the damage that my opponent tries to run over them. So this protects Dark Magician Girl, and etc. Next, we run 3 Chocolate Magician Girls. This card is crazy in this deck. I love this card. This card kind of helps you. It helps with draw power because you discard a spellcaster monster, draw a card. Plus, if your opponent attacks this, you get to special summon a spellcaster monster or any spellcaster monster from your graveyard to your field. You then cut your opponent's attacking monster in half, and then your opponent can attack that monster. So, yeah, that's crazy for that. And then I run 3 Berry Magician Girls. This is like the start of the deck. This is like Maiden with Eyes of Blue, but it's really good because, like I said, as soon as your opponent tries to, on summon, once you summon it, you get to add a Magician Girl monster from deck to hand besides Berry Magician Girl. And then when you attack it, you change its battle position, and you special summon another spellcaster monster or Magician Girl. Let me see, what does that say? Special summon, yep. You get a special summon a Magician Girl monster from the deck if it gets attacked. So that's good for fodder out for pretty much Dark Magician Girl. And then from there we go into the Wind Witch engine. Yes, y'all know exactly what I'm going into, baby. So we run 3 Ice Bells. We run 3 Glass Bells. And then of course we run the well, I'll get to that later. But then for our hand traps, we're only running 2 Nibiru. I found that Nibiru is pretty good in this deck, just to kind of slow down combo decks and some meta decks. I was bouncing between Imperm and Nibiru, but I'm still playing with it. So if you guys take this as a default deck. You can tune it up the way you want to. I also run 2 blue boys for draw power. 2 blue boys is perfect in this deck. You need to see your draw power. That's the main thing that keeps this deck consistent and flowing. Um, Also, the one else I run 1 Witchcrafter Golem or Ruru. Uh, I run 1 Mahad. I don't run the other girl. I think Mahad is better. And then I run Kiwi. So the thing about it is that with Golem or Ruru, if your opponent attacks your spellcaster monsters like the floodgate ones, um, you get to special summon this from the hand and bounce that monster back, and it stays on the field to the next standby phase. So or until their opponent's next standby phase, then it comes back. But yeah, it's card's good for that. I run the 1 Palladium Oracle Mahad because it special summons for free. It actually does more than the girl. And then if it gets destroyed, it gets to special summon a Dark Magician from hand deck or anywhere. And then if it's attacking a Dark Monster, it gets to double attack and beat over it. Plus, like I said, with Soul Servant, it helps you to draw 3 since I'm running Dark Magician Girl, Dark Magician, and him. So I get to draw 3 when I banish it off. But I find this to be better because the girl, Mana, she just pretty much says if your opponent targets or attacks your level 7 or higher spellcaster monster, you get the special summon for free, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It doesn't negate, it doesn't protect it. It just says that level 7 spellcaster monster can't be targeted. But how is that going to help Dark Magician Girl when she's a level 6? You see what I'm saying? So no. And then I run the 1 Kiwi Magician Girl. So this one is like, you can throw this away like a hand trap and it busts up all your Magician Girl monsters by 300 for each one with different names in the graveyard. And then when this card is actually on the field, your opponent can't target none of your spellcaster monsters with card effects. So just the 1 of her. And then to follow up, I got to run the 1 Snowbell for the Crystal Wing play. That's pretty good for going first. Also, too, we run 1 Shaman and 1 Kaiku. Again, these are floodgate monsters, our continuous floodgates, to lock out the graveyard and lock out banishing. The reason why I went with this better is because a lot of meta decks and a lot of decent decks, they need their graveyard and their banish pile to extend and to help them keep extending. And I find that this is a way to kind of slow them down and kind of stun them out. Plus, it works well with a Ruru because then your opponent could just, if they try to attack over it, you just Ruru it back. Or it works well with Apprentice. You just send Apprentice way as honest, buff it about 2K. These cards are great, and for meta relevance wise. And that's it for the monsters. So going into the spells, what we run 2 Soul Servant. I was going to do 3, but I said no, 2 is good enough. 2 Soul Servant. You can search this card. This card is crazy. You can stack literally any Dark Magician Girl card from your deck to the top of the deck. And depending on what you have in the field and graveyard, you can just draw that card, draw as many. So you can draw from 1 to 3 cards because we play all 3, Dark Magician, Palladium, and Dark Magician Girl. So these cards are crazy for that. And you activate them on end phase because it's quick play spell. It's crazy. Also, too, Dark Magic Veil. People are not playing this card, and I don't necessarily know why. It's a monster reborn for Dark Magicians. Like, people always talk about Dark Magicians as a brick because you can't generate your monsters, you can't bring it back. With this card, you can revive. You pay 1,000 life points, special summon 1 Dark Spellcaster monster from your hand or grave. So that means, A, you get a special summon Shaman for free because she's a 6. Special Dark Magician Girl, Dark Magician, any other Dark Spellcaster monster from your hand or graveyard back to the field. So even if anything dies, you get to bring it back. It's a monster reborn. So we need those 2. I'm also running 2 knowledge and 2 secrets. Like I said, it's just our draw power for the deck. We want to keep our deck flowing as much as possible. Okay, keep drawing and keep drawing and keep drawing. So this actually works really, really well. I'd advise you guys to heavily test this out. Let's see what else we got. Oh, we just run 2 call by just in case of hand traps. This deck will lose to Droll and maybe a couple of Ash or whatever. But yeah, just a couple of call bys. I'm still debating about switching this out to Imperm, but you guys just let me know in the comments what you think, please. Okay. So yeah, 2 call bys. Spicy card that nobody's playing in Dark Magicians. I don't know why, but we run 2 Dark Magic Expanded. I absolutely love this card. Okay, so pretty much how this card works, it's a quick play spell with 3 different effects to activate. Okay, depending on how many Dark Magicians and Dark Magician Girls you have on the field and in the graveyard. You can activate it. So the first effect is a dark spellcaster monster on the field gains 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. Okay, so it buffs up dark spellcaster monsters. Who else do we have that we can buff up? Kaiku, Shaman, the walking floodgates, right? So your opponent wants to beat over them so they can continue their plays, but this will buff them up to 28 and 25. So that's one. Two, if you have at least 2 to 3 Dark Magician girls between the field and the graveyard, the secondary effect is it's a pretty much a quick play Dragon Knight. Your opponent cannot activate cards in response to your spells and traps, and they can't destroy them by spells and traps. Now, they still can target it, but they cannot destroy it or activate like let's say cards like Ghost Ogre. You know what I'm saying? They can't do that once you flip this up. They're under Dark Magic Expanded. So yeah, that's that. And then 3, all Dark Spellcaster monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's card effects. So Dark Magician Girl, they're but it's good though. So it buffs them up by 1,000. This card is crazy. I love it. It works well. I'm also playing 2 Secrets of Dark Magic, so I can instantly go into the Dark Magician Fusion. This card's crazy for that. This quick play, go into it, just tribute out 2 spellcaster monsters. It can easily make the Dark Magicians easily. The one of those, I run 1 Dark Burning Magic and then 1 Dark Burning Attack. We all know what this does: a board wipe, a Regeki for the Dark Magician Girl archetype. So yes. Also running 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Bond Between Teacher and Student, and 1 Magicalized Fusion. So I'm playing this, like I said, I could just set the Dark Magician Girl spells, and then since I want a shit ton of spells in this deck, or spellcasters, I can play Magicalized Fusion going to the big boy quintet. So yeah. And then we got and then the 1 Dark Magic Inheritance. I love Inheritance again. Inheritance is probably one of my favorite Dark Magician cards. You can banish all 2 spells and search for any Dark Magician search for any Dark Magician card from or a Dark Magician girl from your deck to your hand. So yeah, just free, and you don't have to worry about wasting a normal summon like off a rod. That's it for the spells. Go into the traps. Okay. Now, when I play the Dark Magician Girl, or when I watch the old school anime Yu-Gi-Oh, one of the key components to Dark Magician Girl, like one of her signature weapons, in my view, has been Magic Cylinder. Okay. I run 3 Magic Cylinders in this deck. This card is absolutely bananas, y'all. Okay. I can't tell you how many times where people just attacked into this, trying to beat over something big like they'll make a boil sword or something against me, or one time I did against a Gren Maju player. Like, buddy brought out Gren Maju, 10,000 attack. He attacks my Dark Magician Girl. I just chain Magic Cylinder, OTK, instant win right there. This card is crazy, man. This card is already bump A, but this card is crazy. So every time in anime, I just feel like Magic Cylinder is the signature Dark Magician Girl trap card that she uses. It's crazy. So you get to negate the attack and inflict the same damage back to your opponent. Yep, right back to your opponent. So we got that, and then we run 2 Navis, so we can turbo out Dark Magician and a Floodgate monster like Shaman or Kaiku or Dark Magician Girl if you have the quick play spells down. But I would just use this pretty much to turbo out Dark Magician and either Shaman or Kaiku, just so you can flood your opponent out. Also, too, we running 2 Eradicator Virus. Yes, in this build, running 2 because we have Dark Magician. So what's more great than just tripping off your Dark Magician, calling spells, and taking out a huge chunk of your opponent's deck for 3 turns? I think that's pretty clutch. So yeah, we running 2 Eradicators. I've always wanted to play that card. I just never found a way to play it. And then I'm running 2 Trap Trick. Yes, 2 Trap Trick in this deck, just to turbo out my traps, my Magic Cylinders, my Navigation, or my Eradicator. Turbo out with just Trap Trick. So that's kind of cool. And then also play the 1 Soul Drain and the 1 Magician's Combination. Okay. Soul Drain, again, like I said, to lock out graveyard and banish effects. I just hate it in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like those extenders from the graveyard and everything like that, so they can't activate that. And then Magician's Combination. Again, if you look at the artwork of this card, what's Dark Magician Girl holding up? Magic Cylinders. See what I'm saying? And the other one's on Dark Magician side. But either way, This one's continuous, like negator once per turn. You just tag them out every turn. Okay, your opponent activates the card effect. Tag on Dark Magician Girl for Dark Magician. Tag on Dark Magician for Dark Magician Girl. Just tag them out back and forth. If this card dies, you get a pop a card on your opponent's side of the field. So I feel like this deck just needed one. That's all. So um, that's all we need, just one. Going into the extra deck. Okay, let's get into the extra deck. So we play the Dark Magicians. Like I said, this card is crazy because every time or once per turn you activate a spell or trap, you draw a card. If your opponent destroys this card, you can special summon Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl from the hand, deck, or grave. Yep, from hand, deck, or grave, anywhere to your side of the field. So that's crazy too. It gets you 2 monsters when it dies. Let's see what we got. We also play the one Quintet Magician because we play a shit ton of spellcaster monsters. Once this card gets summoned on the field with 5 different spellcaster monsters, you get to automatically board wipe your opponent, just blow up their whole entire board. And if you get that far, 4,500 attack for game. So, yeah. Then, of course, we're playing the Crystal Wing package. Okay, I run the Winter Bell, Clear Wing, and Crystal Wing. Usually go on turn 0, we go for Crystal Wing. If we can establish Crystal Wing and keep it on the board for a while, this card right here holds us for a while, unless our opponent has like a imperm or whatever to get around it. But this card will hold us for a while until we get. So if we brick, we can go into this guy and we can keep drawing into our cards together so we set the rest of our board and our traps. So yeah, this guy is crazy good. And let me see, going into the XZ plays, we play Norito, the Vampire Sheridan, and of course Ebon, Illusion Magician. So the thing about it is that sometimes you can end up with 2 apprentice, so you can make Norito and end your turn on that to negate a spell or trap. Or like I said, on a follow play, you can make the Vampire Sheridan to send. This is like a level 6 Dingirsu for level 6 monsters. You just detach one, send a card from the field to the graveyard, and it doesn't activate because it doesn't target. So non-target removal, and then of course we got the Ebon Illusion, so that we can banish a card on the field, and special summon Dark Magician. So and then you can overlay this on top of him or on top of him. So that's the thing, you can overlay on top of both those two. So yeah, actually you can overlay. I'll tell you that, you can only overlay it on Norito. So yeah. And then going into the links, I played the one Link Karibo, okay, for Berry Magician Girl play. Played the one Crowley. Crowley is crazy in his deck because even if you don't see your spellbook cards, you can just make it and then go for it and then keep drawing and then get a better hand. So it's crazy. And then of course we got the one Wee Witch Apprentice, okay, just to buff up your spellcaster monsters. Got a one Nightmare Cerebrus to pop monsters. Phoenix to pop back row. Unicorn to spin back cards. And then this deck can make Boil Sword Dragon for OTK. So with enough monsters that we have, we can definitely run Boil Sword Dragon in this. Now let's get into the side deck. The side deck, like I said, it can use some more fine tuning, but this is what I found was good, and these are the cards that I currently have. So without further ado, let's go. The extra Nibiru, just in case if I didn't see it and I need to see more of it, I can just play Nibiru in there. I run 2 Mind Controls for going second, just to give you extra body. You never know what they may have. Also run 3 Dark Ruler No Mores. Like I said, just in case what their ending board is, if they have 1,000 negates and you can't play nothing, just cut them off. For back row, all I have is Twin Twisters. Yes, I'm still trying to wait. I'm still trying to pull Lightning Storm, guys. I got it. It's the money card, but we don't have the money card. So yeah, still waiting on. It's supposed to be Lightning Storm, but we're just going to use Twin Twisters instead. Also, too, we run 3 Evenly in the side for back row decks, anything like that, spirals. And then, of course, last but not least, 3 Imperms. So Imperm, I put it in the side in this build. I had it in the main, but I was like, nah, I think it's better off in the side. Going second, because then I can just throw this with Evenly to bait out negate, like bait out the Tri-Gate, and then evenly match or something like that. Just bait them out. But yeah, just a good baiter for going second. But yeah, so that's that right there, guys. I'm sorry that the video took so long. Whenever you get a chance, please just come. Whenever you get a chance, just try it out for yourself. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Again, sorry, it's almost 20-minute video. I'm gonna shut up. I'm done talking. But yeah, this is my updated 60 card Dark Magician Girl deck profile. No circle, no soul. You don't need it. We're good to go. Hey, this is DM era. Like I always say, guys, you guys have a good day. Be blessed out there. Always. Deuces.